I hate to break the fishing news up, Yaremchuk, but I'd like to speak about the ice hockey.
Congratulations, you're one of the 13 listeners of the Real Life Podcast.
We just traded a migraine in for like an orgasm.
Might want to mark that down, Yaremchuk.
Yep. All of my projects are on schedule until they're not.
A member of the Nation Network of Podcasts.
About as funny as we're going to get today.
Welcome in to an August edition of the Real Life Podcast. It's August 1st, Jay.
We need a new intro.
Show is brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky.
Do you want me to play the piss one?
No, I'm doing it.
Hang on, go ahead.
I'm Tyler Yaremchuk, here to tell you I'm fucking disgusting, bro. And I generally stink like piss because I don't wash my hands. I piss on them. I piss on them. I piss on them.
Oilers Nation Real Life.
Full of piss. New pod, taking the piss. I piss on them.
I actually piss all over myself. The hands aren't even the problem.
Wow. Piss on them. Piss on them.
Oh, somebody drinking their own urine is totally plausible.
You can find a way to mix in a pee jar.
Full of piss on them.
Sometimes I don't even take it out. I just go.
It just never ends.
I don't wash my hands. I piss on them. Piss on them.
All right.
You want the Gagne one now?
No.
Are you doing a clip show of only intros?
It's summer content.
Lazy.
Show is brought to you by Will Hawk Beef Jerky, made from 100% pure Alberta beef. Will Hawk Beef Jerky is aged, seasoned, marinated, and smoked to savory perfection. Get your jerky on. For more info, go to willhawkbeefjerky.com.
Hold on, Tyler, before you start. Jay, before we started, as a way to save time, do you think we have the presence of mind to record an episode as though it's 3 weeks from now? Like, do you think you could do a show that would get past people where they're like, oh, I didn't realize they did that 3 weeks ago?
Because Tyler was telling us.
Because we talk about so much like past stuff.
But like, do you think you could predict what you would be wanting to talk about 3 weeks from now, like fairly accurately?
Because Tyler was talking about how like
but
part of my take is pre-recorded right now.
But do we capture a lot of current events like sometimes?
Sometimes
But sometimes
no.
not.
Yeah.
Like, so
you think you could do a 3 week from now? Like,
yes, I think we could.
Boy, mid-August is great in Edmonton. What was the temperature?
I think if we just didn't.
It's mid-August and now real life.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know what we're saying on real life 5 seconds before real life starts.
Well, Cardi B and Offset are splitting for a second time.
Yet she's pregnant.
I couldn't have known that 3 weeks ago.
I can't believe in love anymore.
I actually have some topics prepped for today.
Wow.
Baby Gronk related?
Is Gronk having a baby too?
No. Remember that little kid that tried to pass off as being like the next football star?
He's still grinding.
I just listened to something that was talking about Baby Gronk.
Really? Was it the Baby Gronk podcast brought to you by Baby Gronk's dad?
I don't know. Anyways.
What's the ball father's name?
LeVar Ball.
The LeVar
He was good. He had his moment.
Except he forced all the kids to wear the big baller brand shoes and they all blew their ankles out because they wear crappy shoes.
All three of them made the NBA.
But all three of them have long-standing injuries they blame on their footwear.
Oh.
This could be 3 weeks from now.
The money's guaranteed.
The one guy who plays for the Bulls is just like driving around in gold Lamborghinis and it's like hasn't
no,
played
that's
in
the guy
years.
who plays for the Hornets.
Is
the guy
it?
who plays for the Bulls has been hurt for like a year and a half. I think
Hornets guy's even more injured.
Yeah,
He just keeps exercising his player options for like $14 million a year.
That's good living.
Oh man,
great living.
Balls.
Sidney Crosby is the highest paid player in NHL history at 120 some odd million.
And his contract, like that in aggregate, is like
beat him.
a fraction of what like the NFL quarterbacks have signed for the last week.
Well, Tua signed for more than what Dan Marino made in his career in
4
one
years.
season. Yeah. In one season of pay.
Oh, in one
season of pay is more than his career earnings.
Because Tyler wasn't like Tua signed for like $220 million or something like that.
What I don't get is like him and Jordan Love, like the sample size and like also like the stats aren't that great. And they backed up the truck to like an unproven commodity. Anyways.
This happens in the NBA though, too, because like they're the next ones up after they get the TV deal. So the agents are like, it doesn't matter if Bradley Beal
you
sucks.
gotta pay him.
Here's $240 million for his trouble over 4 years.
Wild.
They think that they think with these new deals that the NBA signed for 10 years, that Wemby will make between $95 and $100 million in one season around 2030.
Wow.
Hell yeah.
$100 million in 1 year.
Oilers will still be paying Jack Campbell that season. That'll be the last.
Cool.
How long is it? No, it's 6 years his buyout.
What year is it right now? 2024. So if he's making it in 2030, that'll be last year.
Bobby Bonilla.
there is someone who's Bobby Bonilla. Who's the Kristen Ehrhoff is the Bobby Bonilla of the NHL, isn't
Isn't Brizgalov still getting that?
There's a few.
Might have. Yeah.
Brizgalov's still there too.
Brizgalov.
I think
Yeah,
Mike
I think
Richards
the Flyers pay him for
Mike
like a
Richards has a
decade
long
or
one,
something.
yeah.
Who's that pitcher in the major leagues that's getting paid by like the Rocket or the Houston Astros? Scherzer? Max Scherzer? He makes $30 million this year off 3 teams.
Mets are paying a chunk of his salary.
Isn't there something too like Ken Griffey Jr. still one of the highest paid players for the Reds, even though he hasn't
that is
paid in like
correct.
fucking decades?
Yeah.
He's on their payroll still?
Oh yeah.
He got Bonilla?
Yeah, but like for like it's like 3.5 million. There was a point, I think it was maybe last year, where he was like the 4th highest paid player on the Reds.
That rules.
He can still hit bombs.
Can he?
Can I ask
There's
you a Kobe
documented.
Ken
Bryant
Griffey
question?
baseball was one of the greatest video games ever.
Oh, epic.
If you were Seattle, you're hitting dingers.
Like
I would hope you played
Ken
Seattle.
Griffey was just like an order of magnitude bigger than any other player in that game.
Dummied balls.
So Kobe Bryant's dad played in the NBA.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just died.
Yeah.
Why? I've seen a lot of Kobe stuff. Why do they never, ever, ever, ever talk about his dad?
I never knew about this.
And why didn't his dad get to talk at his funeral? The wife blocked him.
Joe Bryant played for the Sixers, it looked like.
He just this
Philly.
week. He was in the NBA. Why Kobe grew up in Europe was the dad was playing in Europe.
And his nickname was Jellybean.
Yeah, Jellybean Bryant. That's weird.
Yeah,
though.
we have not. I didn't know about that either.
Think of all the myth building of Kobe Bryant. Like,
Well,
how
to
many,
be fair, you don't even. Is it you that you don't even really know what Kobe looks like?
That is true. Did you hear about that, Wanye?
No.
Unbelievable. I forgot about that.
There was this when we were in LA for round 1. We're staying at this hotel, and outside there's a parking lot, and then this building. And on this building, there was a mural, an uncanny painting of Kobe Bryant,
oh no.
and
Sports McGee over here couldn't
didn't recognize him.
Jay, Liam, and Tyler went on a little cruise and they got into an argument about this mural, whether it looked like Kobe Bryant or not. I was up in the room doing something. So they said, when you go downstairs, can you tell me who is on the mural across the street from the hotel? Walk out. I'm like, what is this? It's Kobe.
when you know it.
Well, what do you mean?
When you know.
Was he like
we
dunking on an
didn't
angel
condition
with a
him.
halo?
We didn't lead the witness.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Anyways,
You ever drive by the sportscaster's wall near Barb and Ernie's and not recognize Brian Hall when you see him? No, because he's a fucking legend. And
That
mural
guy-
is uncanny.
is aging so well.
Brian Hall?
Yeah, like he is everywhere, and he's everywhere.
Tony Roma's ribs, buddy.
Here's the mural. If you don't know what Kobe looks like.
What the fuck?
Like it wasn't the statue of Ronaldo,
No.
right?
Or the Dustin Brown statue.
Or the Dustin Brown statue.
So getting back though to my question, why the hell doesn't anyone ever talk about the fact Kobe's dad was in the NBA? Why is this guy?
There's obviously something we got to find
Well,
out.
that's what I mean. Was he a cannibal? Did he?
We have to find it
Yes, right now, Tyler.
We got to
Tyler,
find
figure
out.
it out.
It's mid-August.
Where's Jellybean in the general Discord?
3 weeks from now, let's do an episode solving the Jellybean Bryant mystery.
It's probably a book, maybe even a movie. If there isn't one, we'll make it.
Oh, wow. This from distractify.com. It was later reported Joe, the father, didn't attend Kobe's wedding because he was upset he married a Latina woman and not someone black.
This is why she wouldn't let him talk at the funeral.
I think so. We've checked off one box of the mystery.
Racism.
Okay, I'm sure we could. There's probably gets deeper than that if that's the.
Racism is a problem.
This one from a Reddit post 5 years ago. Today, I learned Kobe Bryant and his parents are not on speaking terms because they don't approve of his interracial marriage and because they sold his high school memorabilia.
Because the dad also sold off the championship rings.
Did he?
Or like one of them or something.
Oh,
Damn, Jelly Bean. Let Kobe marry who he wants. Vanessa's a catch.
The fallout occurred in 2000. Neither Joe nor Kobe talks about it publicly anymore. Interesting.
okay.
What a
Kobe doesn't
random-
talk about it anymore publicly.
What a random start to the podcast.
All right.
The famous photo of Kobe in the locker room after winning the championship with the jacket on looks like he's deep in thought. He once did an interview saying it had nothing to do with winning the championship. He was wishing he could have shared it with his dad. All righty.
All right. Okay. That's good. What do you got for us?
Well, shit. That's,
Ranking Oilers' relationships with their dads.
Yeah.
Brian McDavid, solid. He's everywhere.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's Gucci.
And the heat doesn't bug him.
No.
We learned in Florida.
Not a word about the wedding. They've sold it all to Vogue.
It is
Is that
amazing.
who it is, Vogue? Yeah.
It is amazing. Like, I saw the thread Kennedy did of the publicly available information. Not a lot out there.
No.
A couple of selfies here and there. That's pretty
I
much
feel
it.
like when you sell the photo rights, like they themselves have like their like security army to like block everyone out. Yeah.
Probably. Because they want the exclusive.
Like that's almost why you should, like, if you're the McDavids, you should get it done because it actually will guarantee your wedding is
Who
private.
are we selling the photo rights to your wedding to?
Ooh.
So that we don't post it on socials.
That would be kind of funny if there was no
Be
content
great.
about my
Oh no, it'll come out
It'll come out.
eventually. Yeah.
branded
Branded.
Yeah, once
in the way
with,
that that brand wants to
gonna
display
wear
it.
Yeah,
like
with
a-
Will Hawk logos all over the
I'm
photos.
going to be wearing a NASCAR style jacket with 18
Fucking
ads.
right,
Here's
man.
what you do. When you come in, you put a easel sign. You say, we'd like to gather all your phones. We've sold the photography rights to this wedding. Please put your phones in these velvet bags. Pawn them shits.
Yeah.
Sell everyone's phone at your wedding. Thousands.
Decent idea, actually.
It's not a bad idea.
Only
You gotta
give-
recoup.
Really ups the honeymoon.
Only give the phones back if their gift is adequate. Like if they give me like $40, be like, eh.
Just
Sorry,
sell all the
we're
phones.
keeping your phone.
We're selling your phone.
Someone stole them all.
No, that's a good question. Would you rather that we give you money or a gift?
Money.
So I've got an idea for a gift
or
that
let
you
you
don't
keep
have.
your
I know
phone.
you don't have one.
No, Tyler, you would respect this. I'm going to give you a gift card to Oodle Noodle.
Sure.
Delish.
Amber and I eat there a lot. We'd make it stretch. That'd be fine.
I've got a great gift idea for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against gifts if it's something like, personal or
I know you don't have one.
But like, I'm not.
What do you got in mind? Bag milk? I'll take your
I'm not going to tell you. It's a surprise.
just 3 weeks.
It's going to improve your life, though, a year from now.
A year from now.
cod piece. What you thinking, Merc?
Of course.
I'm getting married in a year and 1 day.
Chastity belt.
Wow.
And only I have the key.
You can apply to it for a 24-hour reprieve.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
1 year and 1 day, you're throwing
year
it
and
all
1
away, eh?
People keep saying that.
Yeah.
Did you see there's some
The response about the
commentary
long
on
weekend.
the long weekend?
I saw Electronic Jordan said something, but I was like, whatever.
Oh, there's
a
more than that.
couple. Yeah,
no,
a couple.
there was more than that.
Yeah, there was a couple.
Who else?
I don't know.
Operator Rich
What did he say?
said you're an idiot.
No, he wouldn't
harsh.
say that. I think I forgot to respond to the last DM he sent me, but he wouldn't have called me an idiot.
Well, it's probably part of it.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Happy long weekend.
I think it was a good heads up. I think you're doing good work there, Jay.
I just
You don't have to celebrate his anniversary for the rest of his
Yeah,
life.
and you got lots of time to
What day was Monday?
change course should you choose.
Operator
Amber can
Rich.
find a new
Oh,
husband.
sorry. It was not Electronic Jordan. It was just Operator Rich. He said, goes from saying wedding planning is easy, then breaks the first rule of weddings and books into a long weekend. Man, oh man, can't make this stuff up. This is like the first I've been to weddings on long weekends and like never thought twice about it.
Huh.
Weird. I don't know. I don't really care.
Well,
Yeah, well, that's you're entitled
Do
to.
you guys
your own-
want to not come now?
I'm just
edit the list.
I'm thinking about it from your perspective.
yeah, I don't got to celebrate your anniversary.
I'm going like every long weekend, August long for the rest of the time. I get to do like an anniversary golf trip with Amber. That sounds lovely to me.
You're not going to celebrate
Shit.
Tyler, your M-Truck's wedding?
Tyler,
anniversary?
we're thinking like we have 1 weekend and this works for all the boys to do our golf trip. It's August long. Are you there?
I can guarantee you that after maybe the first or second anniversary, Amber will be like, yeah, I don't care.
Okay.
And that is why I'm marrying
you
her.
poor boy.
She is patient.
You know her. You know she probably wouldn't care.
I don't know her.
Meaning
But
having...
you know enough about her general vibe.
I understand.
I
yeah.
know she appreciates a 2 a.m. FaceTime.
Exactly.
Yeah, and she tolerates 2 a.m. veggie cook-off.
Yep.
Low standards in the men department.
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, very open-minded. Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, maybe, yeah.
Open-minded.
What on earth?
That was
Well, I guess I was trying to. Yeah, sorry.
right.
Yeah, that was probably the wrong way. It was the playoff of what Wanye said, and I kind of fucked it up.
Okay, we're gonna move on.
Yeah, you said you had stuff, and
I had
you've
stuff.
not laid out one thing.
Make fun of
You're
your
leaving it to us.
Saw someone tweet the other day that it would be really cool if long driving was in the Olympics.
Ooh.
And it got me thinking of things you'd like to see be Olympic events. I know that's kind of like a low-hanging podcast radio content, but the idea of a long driving event in the Olympics or more golf events in the Olympics really gets me going.
Long drive. Yeah, it'd be like the ski jumping of the Summer Olympics.
Is medalist golf an event this summer?
Yep.
Oh, it's been, I think, since Rio.
Yeah, 2016 was
So all the pros coming in?
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, like there's a Team USA,
Yeah,
a team,
okay.
yeah.
But they just play as individuals.
They play as individuals, yeah.
But it'd be cool, I think, if like, again, you could do, because the Olympics goes for more than one weekend. You could do one weekend where it's like the golf, the way it is, 72 holes or whatever they're doing, right?
Yeah, long drive.
And then you could do a long drive, which I think would be electric.
Because they have to work out.
Oh, yeah.
They jacked.
Long drive would be cool. If there was like a mixed, in curling, they do mixed doubles. What if there was a mixed doubles golf event?
Yeah.
Where it was like alternate shot or
what about
whatever?
an Olympic Texas scramble team?
That would be electric.
Featuring a different Olympian who's not a golfer.
Oh, you got to pick one.
One out of 4 has to be an Olympian, but not golfer.
Got to use a couple of their
Get
drives.
a couple shot put guys in there.
If they connect.
Anyways, I thought that'd be cool.
Yeah. That's
Any other ideas? Those were mine.
I watched race walking last night.
Oh,
Ooh, really?
Is it just invigorating?
It's hilarious.
It's so funny to watch.
But then you're like,
Real loose hips.
I can,
It's such a weird
on.
event. It's like run, but not too fast.
Well, no,
but then you see the pace they're
they
doing.
go so fast.
A
It's
foot
just
always has to be a ball.
yeah, they can. Yeah, they push always has to be
The
on the ground.
pace they're doing is ridiculous.
For a long my hips would fall off. Like they're just
What is like the rules about your one heel always has to
yeah.
be on the ground?
They have to qualify as walking.
Who the fuck invented like triple jump and race walking?
Triple jump, I don't get.
But that's an OG Olympic sport.
I
So
know.
you
Great
gotta
event.
respect
Greece
it.
a great
5,000 years ago.
Yeah, like discus and javelin. Like
But race
classics.
walking just strikes me as weird.
Is discus still an event?
Of course.
Back
Is
in
it?
the day,
Yeah.
discus
Oh,
were
is
the
it?
drones of the day.
ultimate frisbee.
That'd be a good event.
But the frisbee
Yeah.
weighs 4 kilograms.
Yeah.
Ultimate frisbee would be a really
Yeah,
cool
because flag
event.
football's coming in, so why not
Yeah.
ultimate frisbee?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's I don't know if it's an official or I don't know if they do demonstration sports anymore. I think they just introduced the sport and now it's there.
Forever?
I think so. Like
Is ballroom dancing still going?
I don't know if it's there or not. Like some sports have been clipped.
There's no way ballroom dancing's an event.
It was.
It was.
It 100%.
Buddy.
was. And now that
It
there's
was the
break
ice dancing on ground.
Yeah.
When you put it that way, that makes sense.
Now there's break dancing, but not that. I mean, can you imagine the Bloods and the Crips fighting between the ballroom dancers and the break dancers in the Olympic parade? I'm also a dancer. Oh, no, you didn't.
Ballroom dancing left in 2008 in Beijing.
That's when society started to fail.
that actually is kind of true.
The economy collapsed.
Yeah.
No time for
Because of
dance.
that.
It was a bit largesse to think that we were just ballroom dancing around before the global financial crisis. No one had a care. in
The Roaring
world.
20s, everyone doing the Lindy
This will
era,
last
right?
forever. We'll never stop seeing mortgages go up.
Yeah.
They were swimming in the Seine, hey, for like the first time in 100 years, and they spent billions trying to clean it up, and they were still barfing afterwards.
Yeah, but they were saying that the barfs were because like that's a normal thing. They were working so hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
To me,
There's a lot
why
of
are you
poo in that
tempting
water.
fate? Just let them swim in a pool. Be like, no. We're going to clean the river for the first time ever and let them all swim on national
And then like
international TV.
2 days of rain ruined their idea.
But what was their plan? Were they like dumping Evian in from big tanker trucks, trying to like
All the bottles of
The rain polluted the river?
Yeah, because it raised the. I'm probably gonna fuck this up, but it raised the tide of the river. What would you call that? The water
level,
levels,
yeah.
and it started sucking sewage back into the river.
So they dumped sewage. Oh, God. Anyways.
They were dumping. Man, if you
They
read about,
dumped sewage, but it wasn't Paris sewage. They got it from a cleaner city.
there used to be bodies dumped in there. There's a whole
definitely, yeah.
story about the Seine River.
I wish baseball was in the Olympics too.
That is actually surprising.
It is.
that
Why is it not?
But like there's not even softball anymore either. Like I don't think either of them are in.
Really?
Yeah,
I think
baseball
they're-
should be there.
I think they're on tap. Same thing. Like because the Olympics are going to LA in 2032.
Yeah,
that's
the
when
next one is-
flag football shows up.
Yeah, I think baseball and softball are back in that year as well.
Maybe Beersby?
Flag football. How can there be a flag football in the Olympics when there's no flag football leagues?
There's flag football leagues.
Is there?
I don't know if there's, well, it's got to be professional flag football.
Softball was removed. It looked like in 2012. Tyler,
Yeah, that's too bad. I would watch like Canadian softball. That'd be good.
I'd like some kind of javelin tag. Just mix things up a little bit.
Javelin dodgeball hybrid.
You know what's
what
good
about
to
the
watch?
robot fighting
Dodgeball
league?
would be legit. That'd be a
Dodgeball would
good
be good.
Olympic event.
The hammer throw, folks? They give her.
Oh
When
yeah,
they're wheeling around in the thing.
how they
and
spin.
then-
Mhm.
God.
Shot put too is a cool ass event.
How about the shooting dude? That guy's gone like
Fuck,
mega-
that
like
guy
the cool guy
rules.
from Turkey?
Yeah, hand in the pocket.
Yeah.
He had no specialized equipment. I love that.
Yeah, I
guy.
heard everyone has like head things.
They've got like weird goggles that block an eye, and like it's wild.
They're like,
And
how
the
did you
guy
do
from
it?
Turkey's just like, nah.
He's like, I just kill people. They're like, okay, the interview's over.
Yeah.
I
He
just train
probably
all the
is.
live long day, shooting people in the head from 150 yards.
I was going to say he
this guy,
probably
right?
is
I
a
just saw him
murderer for
today.
hire. And he didn't want to win because it would have been too suspect.
Yeah,
He won silver.
Yeah.
job hitman.
Like,
It's
some of
fucking
the
awesome.
gear is insane.
It just looks like he
That's the
rolled
10
out of
meter
bed.
pistol.
Look at this dude. He's got like double eye flaps and stuff. Like,
Is
See, our-
darts in the Olympics?
Yeah, see, like that. But our
Darts
man's from
could be.
Turkey. He just
Are they
rolls
though?
out of bed and fires.
you saw this guy, right?
That's
He's
the
the
guy
best.
who came in second.
That's the best. The
Hand
guy
in
from
pocket.
Turkey.
They did an interview with
With
him
like
after.
a dirty, hairy magnum he's got
Yeah.
sideways.
He just needs the glass, like those hilarious digital glasses and a dart.
Google Glass?
No, like the ones that come over and it's like,
Mm.
I don't think you should be allowed to use those other things the other people were using. They look-
No, I will. Like
Like a
after that guy
scope.
got second, I want you raw dogging life in the shooting
Yeah.
event.
Yeah, that's that feels like cheating, doesn't it? I guess if it's available to everyone, but like that to me, that's not saying who the best shooter is.
it's like the guys in curling that use those like non-brooms to throw.
Oh yeah, yeah. Throw with your normal broom.
Throw
What's
it.
wrong with you?
The sanctity of the sport.
Exactly. Anything else Olympics wise? Liam's been doing a power rankings on ON every day.
I'm trying to watch where
His
I
favorite
can.
events. He's been watching. He's watched like 16 different events. And he's power ranking them. Also, he tuned into rowing, and Elliot Friedman was doing the play-by-play.
He always
What
does
the
Olympics.
fuck?
Elliot Friedman always does Olympics.
Really?
Don't you remember that very famous swimming call of Friedman calling the wrong winner?
Oh, that was like 4 years or maybe 8 years ago.
Might have been, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was that famous one, and then like called the wrong winner, and he went, "Oh boy."
It's good. But yeah, he's just out there doing play-by-play for rowing.
Snoop at the Olympics have been pretty funny.
That's a good bit of marketing by NBC.
I love as Snoop has just turned into the USA's mascot somehow.
He's Morgan Freeman, man. He's pitching everything. He's endorsing everything. He's 2 out of 3 ads on TV. Simone Biles is dancing. He's dancing in the stands.
He's got,
She
like-
is a weapon. Holy
is, yeah.
shit.
I love Snoop Dogg's personalized T-shirts with different athlete's face on it, depending on what event he's watching.
Really?
He's also got his own Olympic pins of him blowing smoke rings in the Olympics.
They're sick.
He gives them out to everybody because they do pin swaps.
I'm sure the IOC loved having that imagery.
It's probably sanctioned. They're
Yeah.
probably like, Snoop will pay you $50 million and these pins. He's so big now, nothing's bootlegged. Everything's on demand.
Fair.
Remember when him and Kevin Hart were watching dressage and shit?
The best.
They'll make pins for that.
Fuck yeah. Dressage rules.
There's
Dancing
the-
horses?
The guy
Come on.
that won posted a selfie with his horse. It's so funny. The horse is just like,
The horse is just like, I'm a
Horse doesn't get a medal though.
that is kind of bullshit.
They kill it.
Oh,
Delicious. They are in France after all. Yeah, they do
love
eat horse meat
over
there.
really?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, that's spooky.
That's a Euro thing.
really?
Horse meat?
That's sad. Well, they're so smart.
Back in the day, like a long time ago in Europe, if horses would always die in the street and they would just leave them there because there wasn't public health. So people would just like leave a rotting horse in the street until like whatever ran its course with nature. Can you imagine?
One of these days, horses are going to figure out they could turn on us, and there's going to be a horse force that develops, and we're
Horse
all
force?
in trouble.
Horse force.
Oh boy.
They strong.
Yeah.
Horse force. I wouldn't bet against them.
I wouldn't. Not even a Shetland pony.
Other thing I'd written down. I thought this would be a fun game to play today.
Okay.
Could get us down some weird rabbit holes.
Oh.
Weird. We
Dictionary.
need help with that?
Dictionary.com added 16 new definitions, official definitions.
Okay.
And they're all like Gen Z slang.
Oh.
Oh boy.
And I'm curious to know how many of them you guys
Oh
will know.
jeez.
Oh, it's going to be 0.
Wanye
You're-
will
but
know
you're
all
like-
of
you're
them.
on-
Some of them.
I'll
Praise
know.
God, that sort of thing.
Yeah, Riz I'll get.
BM and Wanye are like, you guys are online a lot.
Yeah,
So
I
Jay's going to
You
struggle.
can put this together, Jay.
We'll see.
All right. So the first one we got
You
is
get first crack at all of them.
this
Thank
one
you.
I didn't even know, to be fair. Shitification.
What?
Shitification.
And shitification.
Is it when something gets shittier?
That seems like it's too long for Gen Z.
Yeah.
It seems like something gets shittier.
It,
so they're
it sounds like
shitifying it.
shitanious.
Oh, that's a good word.
Yeah.
Is that in the
In shitification?
and shitification.
It's
like-
making things worse.
That's
And
a
shitifying.
shitty situation.
So BM's actually pretty close to it.
Fucking right.
It's the gradual degradation degradation of an online platform or services functionality as part of a cycle in which the platform or service first offers benefits to users to attract them, then pursues more and more benefits at the expense of the users.
Freemium model.
There you go. Yeah, kind of. That's in shitification. The next one is bed rotting.
Bed rotting.
Is that when you don't leave
is that just like staying in bed for an extreme amount of time, like festering?
Doom scrolling and shit? Yeah.
Yeah. It's the practice of spending many hours in bed during the day, often with snacks or an electronic device.
No, is that seriously a Gen Z term? Like if Chalmers kids like, yeah, we talk about bed rotting all the time.
I know like brain rotting. Like that's
It made the dictionary.
Yeah, it's in. It's weird.
It's very political.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
This one you guys should know. Girl dinner.
Oh, I love girl dinner.
Like a cigarette and some hair dye.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like 3 Pringles and a Zin.
Like a women's magazine started of like, it was like, when my husband's out of town, I just have girl dinner, and it's like a handful of nuts, a banana, and a piece of cheese.
Right.
And like that's the dinner. Or like BM just said, boy dinner would be like
12 popsicles and a Zin.
Yeah, like 12 popsicles, a beer, and a Zin.
Yeah.
I'd be like, oh, there you go. Like a bag
Sounds
of chips
delightful.
and a Zin.
Gotcha.
That'd be boy dinner. This one's easy. Mid.
Oh, I actually know mid. I'm told I've been mid.
Oh, that's rude.
Yeah.
Don't take that shit.
I'm the personification of mid.
Who said that to you?
Yeah, who's saying that to you?
Oh, it was just one of
Gen
the.
Zer?
That was one of the reviews from many moons ago. Someone said I was mid.
Son of a bitch.
That sucks. Yeah, mediocre.
Where's the badge of
unimpressive.
honor?
Mediocre, unimpressive, or disappointing. Next one, bussin'.
Oh, straight bussin'.
Come on.
That's from Big Brother.
That's where I knew it
Super
from. Big
mega
Brother.
bussin'.
Super mega bussin'. Yeah.
But I thought that was just like his word.
No.
So what does actually bussin' mean? Like that's buzzing. It's awesome.
Sheesh. It's bussin'.
What?
Is there anything part of you where you feel like you're getting too old for these?
Oh yeah. Like even me saying that, I'm like, I'm probably too old to be knowing that one. But it just means great, wonderful, or amazing. Shit, that's bussin'.
Things are going great.
Just can't get the zzz.
Nah, just bussin'.
Okay.
The ick.
Oh, like
That's like
shit.
everywhere is going.
Like creepy vibes
the
off
ick.
people.
Oh, is it? Oh,
I think so.
Yeah, it's the
it's like
Something that
I
like
thought, like,
girls
the new
don't
ill.
like.
No.
girls or guys can get the ick too. But something like, let's say you're talking to someone in the dating process and they do something and you're like, I can never like look at you the same. I'm instantly unattracted.
I witnessed the ick happen in a cafe in the Faroe Islands.
Go on.
So go to this cafe for breakfast and there's this lovely young lady sitting at the table beside us. She's been on the phone the whole time. Anyways, this guy shows up and he just like acknowledges and she's like, yeah. And then he goes away and then comes back and then went to go like sit beside her. And then she like pointed to have him come sit across the table and he sat there and she got off the phone. She's like, yeah, I gotta go. I got called into work and
so it was like a first date and then she
so I got called into work, but like I know like you're going to this this event, right? Like, oh yeah, I'll probably just see you there. And then the guy came and she left, and like 3 minutes later, this like plate of food came for two. Ooh. And I'm like, oh, and I think it's because the guy was much like, when I say much older, like she was probably in her early mid 20s and he was in his probably 40s, late 40s.
But you're on Faroe Island. There's like 20,000
but
people.
I know exactly.
Yeah.
And then we go leave the cafe and she's just like standing around the corner on the phone.
Oh my God.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I felt bad for the guy because the guy looked nice.
Did you go in, maybe have the other meal with him?
I should have split the
Whatever it was.
well,
Bright side.
Fuck, they don't give shit away there. I should have.
2 lunches.
Yeah, take one later.
Yeah.
You got dinner.
2 lunches.
Yeah.
But like if you're on the Faroe Islands, you gotta like adjust your standards for like
you know everyone knows each other. It's a
Yeah.
country of 55,000 people.
yeah.
Oh, so the option, the pool is very shallow.
Yeah. So yeah. So anyways, yeah, it was very.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I know. I felt bad.
This reminded me of the conversation, not really an argument we had in a cab in Vegas when I was like, if I'm like seeing someone and they like pull out a guitar or they start singing instantly, that's the ick for me.
Oh yeah, we argued about
Yeah.
this vehemently.
Like
Why? You felt as though
Like
it's appropriate?
explain the situation.
So,
Like you guys are just sitting at
No,
dog patch on the
so, like,
patio,
let's
and then all of a
say-
sudden they start bursting in song.
Thank you for your patronage.
No, I remember like, the 4th time Amber and I ever like hung out, she was like, hey, my friends are having a house party. Do you want to come with me? If we would have gone to the house party and like halfway through, she like pulled out a guitar and was like, I want to play a song for everyone.
Girls don't do
But
that.
who does that? Like, what if it was like you're at a friend's house and you're around the fire sitting in the backyard, everyone's just talking, and then someone like pulls out a guitar and starts playing?
If it was the girl I'm interested in, instant.
See,
done.
like
No
I
more.
remember this argument now because Jay and I's angle was, what if she's really good?
If she can monetize it, sure.
No, but like my
Only
thought
way to
is,
redeem it.
if my missus was a wonderful singer and she was just singing in the house, I would love it.
It is such an attractive quality.
But you have to be able to pull it off.
Well, yeah, you got to be good. Like if I
don't want a shit singer.
I'd give everyone the ick.
Don't let that review affect you. You could do a fine song if you put your heart to it.
I could definitely bring the stage
There
presence
you go.
of a top tier performer.
Yes.
Might not have the voice.
Yeah, I disagree with you still.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's a very terrible take.
I didn't really
it's just
understand.
a personal preference.
I'd never really been around musicians until I did my stretch with the Mud Howlers. If you're around a professional musician and they just pull a guitar out and start doing stuff, it's pretty impressive.
Maybe that's part of it. I haven't been exposed to it.
Yeah. Because like you'd be blown away. I was blown away at least how often like active musicians are playing music throughout the day. Like they're just sitting there strumming away, thinking about stuff and writing songs and stuff. It's pretty impressive.
I have a cousin who's in a band that's touring right now, and sometimes he just goes live on his Instagram and he's just fucking around with instruments because he can play 15 things.
Who do you know that's the elf lady or like elf music?
That's actually that cousin's sister. She's also my cousin.
I was telling a story about this the other day and I didn't have all my facts lined up. So it really fell to shit.
Yeah.
But I was like, Bag Milk knows an elf queen and she performs with a flute in the middle of the forest.
She'll like bring out a production crew into a forest on Vancouver Island and like play the harp and shit.
But like elf music.
Yep.
Can you believe that? And then
and she
lady elf
monetized it
is
like
with the
crazy.
guy?
No, that's his sister. They're both
got it in there.
incredibly musical.
What is that house like growing up?
Well, they had access,
and she like sells like jewelry and shit.
Yeah,
right?
like charms and like crystals and whatever those is in that lane. She monetized it very well. She's got like
So then Tyler's in.
300,000 followers on Instagram.
If you were
like that.
getting married next summer,
yeah,
could you hang with an elf queen if she was monetizing?
Monetizing well.
Like if
Yes.
your girlfriend, if you're like, oh, the missus, Amber's going to Vancouver Island with 6 people on her camera crew to put on an elf concert in the woods. Would you stand for that?
Maybe. Yeah. I think I could get behind that.
As long as it monetizes.
It's got to be monetized. Like if you're doing it at a near professional level, then it's like, okay, there's a purpose here.
But there's a process to get to that level, you know.
And I don't want to be.
You gotta put in your 10,000 hours,
elf
man.
flautist before you can go pro.
Yeah. That's a lot of practice being a flautist before you can do it out in the woods.
Do you guys want the next one?
Sure.
Pretty privilege. Pretty self-explanatory.
So if you're a hot girl and you're a hot dude or girl and you just get like a free pass.
The advantages that come with being attractive.
This is in the dictionary, hey?
Yep.
Okay.
The next one is going to piss you off more than Barbie core.
I don't even have a guess.
Your innards are plastic?
Tyler's are from all that microwaving.
Yeah.
Trying to up my microplastic game. No, it's an aesthetic or style featuring pink outfits, accessories, decor modeled on the wardrobe of a Barbie.
Oh.
Slow fashion.
Is that like
I've got a really inappropriate thing to say, but I'm not going to
clothes
say
that
it.
take a long time to make, like the opposite of fast fashion?
Yeah, eco-friendly, well-made clothing, opposite of fast fashion.
I call it eco fashion.
New definition for the word cozy has been added. Cozy now is relating to a genre of mystery stories with little suspense, explicit violence, sexual content, often also having amateur sleuths.
That means cozy?
What the fuck are we even talking about? I didn't even understand the definition.
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah,
is that cozy?
50 Shades
maybe.
cozy?
Like smut.
Smut is coziness?
Maybe. I don't know. The definition's kind of confusing.
Keep going.
Greedflation. Greedflation.
Oh, that makes sense. That's companies raising their prices by more than their increase of expense.
A rise in prices, rents, or the like that is not due to market pressure or other factors organic to the economy, solely to increase profits.
Mm-hmm.
Climate breakdown. Oh boy, some of these get pretty political. Global boiling, extreme heat event. Those ones all made the cut.
Global boiling. My God.
food insecure. Can't
Any
eat that
new
one.
sex
Oh,
term?
here's the last one's kind of fun. Bag holder.
Is it something adjacent to securing the bag?
Is it your boyfriend?
Or is it like a wrap thing where somebody's holding the bag for you?
Someone who retains an unprofitable investment rather than selling it at a loss, only to suffer an even worse loss when
Diamond
the
hands.
investment
Yeah, diamond hands, fuck
eventually
yeah.
becomes worthless.
Diamond hands?
Yeah.
Isn't diamond hands like good though? That has like a positive connotation.
Depends where you are in the market.
Depends. Yeah, it depends. Yeah.
Like right now, diamond hands, good.
And those
Paper
are the
hands,
16 new words.
Go Riz,
Time,
eh?
courtesy of Time
I
Magazine.
thought I think that Riz was a couple years ago.
Oh, it's in there already. Gotcha.
Cambridge Dictionary added chef's kiss into theirs.
That's been around for yonks.
Yonks?
Yeah,
There's years we have good words, fleek, that sort of thing. There's years where we have global boiling.
Yeah, Riz was added last year.
Ah,
Interesting.
I was blown away to find out because of Chalmers about Sigma males. There's a thing above alpha.
Oh,
Sigma.
That's weird. I thought alpha was the top dog. That's why.
Not anymore.
the alpha of the alphas?
Sigmas.
Sigma.
All right. Before we keep cruising along, we do need to step aside for a quick break.
Grab a Burger Beat MS on August 22nd.
Nice. All right, back on the Real Life Podcast. You know who we got to give some love to is our friends over at the Edmonton Stingers, who wrapped up their regular season schedule, and they finished as the 2 seed in their division. They finished just 1 game back of the Vancouver Bandits, but coming in second means a home playoff date for the Edmonton Stingers. I think we're still waiting for that schedule to
Sunday?
drop.
Sunday.
It's Sunday?
Sunday.
How do I not know that?
I posted on the Oilers Nation Instagram show.
Really?
Stingers.
Nice. Well, then the Stingers are in action on Sunday for their home playoff game.
This is going very well for the teams not named the Elks. Like
The Riverhawks and the Stingers are bigger deals than the Elks at the moment.
MVP.
I'm an Edmonton
And I'm sure
sports
that
guy
offended
today.
someone, that statement. But
I'm all in today.
the Elks fans.
yeah, you're Riverhawks and Stingers.
Yeah.
Going on the Gregor show and listening to the state of the Elks, it's shocking.
I liked how at the beginning of the year, everyone was like, or even at the end of last year, everyone was like, they should start Trey Ford. Exciting, flashy, Canadian quarterback. Like, that's a great story. Then they just went and paid a shitload of money to McLeod Bethel Thompson. It's now week 5 and Trey Ford's the starter. So now McLeod Bethel Thompson's the most expensive backup in the league already. They could have just done what everyone saw as the obvious thing, but Chris Jones had to be the smartest guy in the room.
And then they had to gas
And they
him.
gassed him before.
But, what is the
why?
lot?
I don't get
There's a
the.
salary cap for coaches and GMs. If they gas him, they have to pay him out his whole contract and pay the new person while still paying him with a cap.
But why did they hire him? Is what I'm saying.
Oh, because something.
We already had a
I'm curious-
failed attempt with him.
Yeah.
I'm
Well, no,
curious.
they won with him.
The guy
as a
who
coach.
Yeah.
the guy who you said signed for a lot of money. What does that mean in CFL terms these days?
I think he was like $300,000-$400,000.
Oh, gotcha.
I think it was somewhere around there. Like it's a.
But like they went through that biblically bad stretch where they lost, what was it, 22?
The worst sports team in North America or something.
Really haven't picked it up much. Like it's real. In a league where there's that much turnover like the CFL, how hard can this fucking be to just be not the worst team in the last 15 years? Like, what are you doing?
It's a McLeod Bethel Thompson's deal was 1 year worth up to $500K with incentives.
Oh, he's not going to get his
Yeah, I was gonna say,
incentives.
unless his
No,
incentives
probably
are
not.
lose every game and be shitty.
Yeah, and get axed.
Maybe.
It's good agent will get you that.
Yeah.
If you're the new incoming owner of the Elks, what is your game plan? Like, you're not too concerned about the on-field product in 2024, but like, how are you going to reinvigorate this franchise and fan base?
I mean, there's, again, just looking at what the Stingers and Riverhawks have done, there's got to be some people you can poach from those organizations, right?
Really?
I don't know. Like, what else? Football's an exciting sport. The CFL as a league is, it's not what it used to be maybe in terms of its general popularity, but like the Riverhawks are doing what they're doing without more or less any ability to market a player.
Without a professional player.
Without a professional player or a
They're
recognizable
focusing
face.
on, but they're focusing on the fan experience, which is exactly what they need to do.
And
the Stingers do the same thing.
At the risk of being unpopular, I only have one complaint about the Riverhawks. Too many damn fireworks. It is bright out, and they are shooting fireworks. As a father of a 3-year-old who's easily startled.
That's because you live nearby.
Who lives within earshot of the stadium. I'm like, surely to God, they're not going to shoot fireworks. Some days, I'm not exaggerating, it's 3 minutes of fireworks. Like their firework budget exceeds their salary cap.
It's because what's the fireworks sponsor? Uncle John.
Yeah,
He
Uncle
has
John.
no limit to his money.
He's got multiple locations, I feel like.
I'll listen to the fireworks and I'll go look on my phone and they have lost the game and they are shooting off fireworks as though it's victory in Japan.
Hot ticket in town, though.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Set another new record on their own record.
They've had very good weather because I feel like, to be fair to the baseball teams that have been there a lot of years, it seems like a very rainy.
Yeah, they dealt with a bit of smoke and stuff earlier at points towards the
They're
end.
rolling with the punches, doing like the fires delayed the game starting, and then they did a double header, and then they said everything's $2, and everybody ran to the concessions. Like they're
good. And the Stingers have a playoff game now too, so go support them on Sunday.
If you haven't been to a game, go. They're fun.
But if you're the Elks, what are you doing? Are you dropping the liquor prices down to a penny and doing $2 hot dog Arthur Blank style?
You got to bring energy back in the building, because if you go in there, because it's such a big building to fill, even though didn't they close off the upper bowl? Like that does nothing. It's still
crazy.
That's crazy. It's still a giant area to fill. Like when I went to Nate, going to Elks games was like the thing to do on a Friday night.
Yeah. College
corner and all that stuff. Well, they're just gonna have to open it up to get butts and seats and bring back energy and invest just on everything outside of the game, and then hopefully that will allow them to invest on everything inside the game.
I went to one Elks game last year and I saw an ad on whatever it was, like Twitter, being like, "Hey, it's $3 or $4 beers and $3 hot dogs." I mean, my buddy were like, "Shit, we should go. Like that's banging." And we got there for 10 minutes before the game, go to the first concession. We're like, which beers are the ones that are $4? Person working concessions like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, good.
Goddamn. So we go walk to a vendor standing there. I was like, hey, which beer? Where can we get the $4 beers? They're like, oh, that's only outside the stadium.
Oh my God.
I was like, that doesn't make a ton of sense. So I went and asked a third person on the other side. I'm like, is there anywhere with $4 beers? They're like, oh yeah, it ended at kickoff. I went to 3 people, got 3 different stories of where the $4 beers were, or if they even existed, and then just paid full price for beer the whole game. And I haven't been back since.
I'll tell you what blew my mind when I went to an Elks game last season was the end zone smoking pit. It ain't tobacco in 2024.
Oh, no.
And I walked past, a little kid, and I'm like, God. And the cop was like, I know. Like everybody was blown away at how you can get.
You're just blazing at the Elks game.
Crazy, man. Crazy. I don't know, man. I feel like the Elks could be great.
Of course.
Like the product could be very good. Yeah.
Junior high, elementary, like one night a year, you go to the game. You saw every other school in town there.
Yeah, I remember.
Like you just got to resume doing all the promotions you used to do that one by one you canceled for whatever fucking reason.
They did used to be a lot of fun.
Remember the Knothole gang back in the day? Remember that? There was like a weird thing at Safeways where if you like brought in your bill, you could get an Eskimo ticket or it was the Eskimos at the time for like a half penny. They had all sorts of shit going on back in the day.
Used to get Trappers tickets with so many liters of fuel purchased at Shell.
Yeah. I feel like though, I don't
just gotta, and again, like maybe it comes, and part of the thing is too, like the tickets didn't get cheap. There's not like a cheap way to go to an Elks game. Like you said, like you can't find a ticket anywhere. You can't go to Sobeys or whatever. At least I don't think, or they don't advertise.
How much
it.
is an Elks ticket?
$25. That's where I think they're chasing though the wrong dollar. No, it's more than $25.
Yeah, I think
they think they need to bring in Flo Rida, who, don't get me wrong, I saw him perform in an Elks game, did the meet and greet. He touched me on the shoulder. His hand was very cold, but I don't think that's what people actually want. I don't think they care if Vanilla Ice is performing at halftime.
How dare you?
When the Elks were popular as the Eskimos, that's not what they were doing.
No.
You need like community.
I remember going there because it was like the kind of party.
Yeah, it's $26 for a ticket is what it's looking like right now.
Like, make it the gallery.
What's that?
I don't know why I said it the gallery.
Like the gallery at Rexall?
Yeah. Oh, they said all French.
I know, it said so weird.
Well,
I was going to say the Galleria, that pub that was in that bar that was used to be in the Mayfield
I thought
Inn.
you were saying like Gallery and emphasizing like a double E at the end of gallery.
That's his new fucking saying. That's Gen Zers saying. You don't get it?
No, but like the logo. That'd actually be a great idea. Call a section the Gallery with 2 E's, the logo.
Sure.
Party zone. There you go.
Well, apparently
that worked out.
The pre-gaming and the tailgating is very popular.
It is picking up, but like still the laws around it is bullshit.
Yeah.
It's just, that's what's so annoying. And this is now just like old man yelling at cloud, but this is also the young man inside the old man that wants to have a good time. You go to the States and then you go to a sporting event there and you go to one here. And it is night and day in terms of what you can and cannot do.
We just grabbed a case of beer for the Seahawks game and we're like, well, we can assume you can drink this anywhere.
And everyone was fine. And everyone's like, and everyone around was like, shit, I should have got a case. And I'm like, well, yeah.
What are you, like the smartest people in the world coming to a party bringing beer for the first time?
Seattle a little bit different, I guess, place or tailgating experience. But yeah, it is night and day different. You can literally like, it's like, don't commit a crime and do what you want.
You don't need to bring Nelly in. You just need to allow people to drink in the parking lot.
Totally.
It's probably why the Moss Pit's so fun.
Are you suggesting like a Christiana law-free zone around the football stadium where you could do whatever the
airport rules out there?
Like there might be like, yeah, like have like a strong security presence, all that stuff, just to kind of keep it safe. But like, let people properly tailgate.
Let me show up with a 6-pack of beer off the LRT and walk a couple laps around Commonwealth and drink them.
And maybe let me have a beer on the LRT.
And maybe one,
right? Like,
yeah,
sir. We're all like, oh my God, a beer in an LRT.
But like, but it goes back to that whole thing.
Yeah, also, getting to Commonwealth is annoying.
Yeah.
But like all these things are really hard to change. I don't know how you plan on fixing roads and trains, but just like, we can't have this be busy until Backstreet Boys come to town. Like, no, you can do things that are easy in the short term without having to rewrite all the traffic laws.
But yeah, I guess like the tailgate and what they're doing, I think they're probably extending it as like a little licensed area. I think that's probably why they're doing $4 beers there. Like if you do cheap beer tailgating, which is what they're doing, and like maybe invest in that side and then make sure that deal continues in the building or some iteration of it.
Because the Riverhawks, it's not like the baseball got better.
No.
It doesn't even matter like who the fuck plays for the team.
But people get behind them.
Yes, that's what's
because there's a player that might play for the team for 2 years.
Yep.
Like there's that back catcher, Tommy
Tagashoki.
Yeah, like but like
and he's in Oakland A now. I know that.
Every time they say his name, like everyone repeats it. And then there was KJ the 2 years prior. Like everyone loved KJ, and like I even fucking know this.
But if whatever magic the Riverhawks are doing that has turned into 7,000 fans a game, which they seem to be drawing 5,000-6,000, that's crazy, man. Yeah. That's crazy. Back in the day, they couldn't get 1,000 fucking people out to those games.
Yeah. And I guess part of the uphill battle that the Elks are facing too is like 7,000 a game for the Riverhawks is like, what a win. 7,000 to 10,000 for the Stingers is like, oh, wow, what a win. The Elks doing 10,000 is like, are you kidding me? Like there is a bit of
are they doing 10?
Yeah, but it's a different league.
Yeah,
it's
right,
a different everything.
I'm just saying the bar is a little different.
You know how NASCAR got popular, Tyler? I'm going to teach you a little history lesson.
Give away cartons of cigarettes,
exactly. Everyone? So the people who went in the infield, all the cigarette reps would go around handing out cartons of free cigarettes.
They still do that.
Really?
It's like because it's their marketing. Because they can't market, so they just give shit away.
So everybody would go and get their RVs and go in the middle and get cartons and cartons of cigarettes, stash them in the RV, leave, and then sell all the smokes to go to the next town.
Oh, wow.
That's what the Elks need to do. They need to give everybody walking in a carton of cigarettes. Would you go to the Elks game if you could get a carton of cigarettes for free?
Absolutely.
There we go. I just sold 3 tickets.
Decent point.
Ring up Du Maurier. They haven't had a phone call about an advertising opportunity in 15 years, eh?
Okay, quickly, while we wrap up this talk, I should tell you, over with our friends at Bet365, if you think the Elks are due for their first win of the year, you can wager on it. They're plus 205 on the money line, 5.5 point dogs.
Who are they playing?
The Saskatchewan Roughriders in Saskatchewan this Saturday.
Good luck.
Anyways, if you maybe you want to fade the Elks.
Fade the Elks.
Get in on the action. Bet365, whatever the sport, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary at Bet365, and you can get in with the promo code OILYBONUS. Get in on a huge range of markets. Shout out to our friends over at Bet365.
I'm looking forward to our new segment. I'm willing it into action.
Yeah, you are. And I'm going to keep you accountable for it. Jay wants to make it a segment where we bet on obscure sports. But you got to do your research.
Never ordinary segment.
Never ordinary.
Bet365.
That's fun.
So you have to pick a random bet because Bet365 has such a...
You can get in the weeds.
But you have to like justify your pick.
All right.
My idea for a new segment was called The Elks Be Rollin', and it was about how hot the Elks are, but I don't think this is the time to roll it out.
You can bet on Olympic badminton at Bet365. That'd be interesting.
Like, how do you get the Grey Cup parties going again and the Spirit of Edmonton scene again and the Bruce Kelty world where like the CFL games were the can't miss part of the schedule?
We got to get the generation that really cares is obviously is aged out, right? Like, and then the baton stopped getting passed down.
There used to be like booster clubs.
It was a big deal.
Huge deal, man.
Like they were equally as popular as the Oilers.
For a while, wasn't the CFL more budget than the NFL?
It was bigger than the NFL, like more popular than
for
NFL.
a brief period of time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't believe like the argument they'll make is like, well, everybody watches things on TV now. I can't believe that's true.
People are looking for stuff to do,
especially after the last 4 years. People are looking for reasons to get out of the house.
No,
absolutely. Speaking of watching things on TV,
we bring back menthol cigarettes and you can only get them at Elks games?
This is what I'm saying.
Now that's smart thinking right there.
How about a We Don't Snitch night where you can have an affair and bring it to the football stadium? And don't worry, because everybody else is
the
sneaking.
Ashley Madison night.
Yes, yes. The Ashley Madison.
No phones like the McDavid wedding. You just come.
Man, when they had that leak and everybody's names got found out, like you had to think sooner or later this was going to happen. People.
The documentary about it is so good.
Can you imagine being the people working there the day you found out that everybody just got it on this?
Noel Biederman, man, what'd you do?
What?
His name was Noel Biederman, the guy who
told on everyone?
No, he was the head of Ashley Madison.
And he was also having an affair, right?
He was.
Wow, but if you're the CEO of Ashley Madison.
It's like Cy Sperling, Hair Club for Men.
If you own
not only the president, I am a member.
If you own the Oakland Raiders, but you don't go to games, it's going to be weirder. If you're on Ashley Madison and you're like, I'm the CEO, but I'm actually in a happy monogamous relationship, I don't think you get that job.
And on the other hand, if you marry the guy who runs Ashley Madison, you signed up for it. You had to know that was coming. Yeah.
It's like marrying a New York Yankee. You know this shit won't last.
Mm-hmm.
Marrying Offset or Cardi B or
that's
Quavo.
rattling you.
I can't believe in true love anymore.
So is it Offset's kid? No one knows. All right. Listeners going, who's that?
They what? They don't know who Offset is, one of the most popular musicians.
If you polled the however many people listen to our podcast,
12?
I bet you 60% of them would be like, I don't know who Offset is. And I bet you 40% of them would say, I don't know who Cardi B is.
2/3 of the audience doesn't listen to hip hop at all.
I think 2/3 of our audience does not listen to hip hop at all. Correct. It would be fun if we could poll them.
If only there was a way.
Do like we could do like a summer survey for our listeners.
Aww.
And like only
door-to-door survey?
No, but like put it out in the link of the podcast description.
Oh, I'm so busy.
Put it on the link of the podcast description so that way we know we're only getting people who actually listen to the podcast. And then we could get answers to things like this. Like a census. Is
this like Chalmers' home construction segment that never occurred?
If I follow through on this.
You actually are a high level of fall through.
I might follow through on this. I might set it up.
I'd like to see
you could do like a Google form or something, I think.
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Next episode, let's brainstorm questions.
Or why don't we come out of every episode with a poll or some kind of survey question?
Because I don't know how to do one at a time.
Elks could do a drone show.
Do you do it on social?
Drone shows are way better.
Votes of people who aren't listening to the pod. I just want to know our podcast listeners.
Okay.
And you use the same drones over and over and over. So it doesn't cost like the fireworks and doesn't scare 3-year-olds like the fireworks.
So then they could have a drone show while simultaneously spying on the Saskatchewan Roughriders.
Yeah. We don't do that. That's a soccer thing.
There is.
And they put it in emails.
There's something so funny about. Did you not hear about this?
Amazing.
So, listen to this.
Okay. So the Canadian women.
You know about the drone.
Yeah, that part I knew. And I knew that in their job posting, they said must be able to operate drone.
Yeah. Which is hilarious.
Really?
Yeah. But I asked the soccer lady, Andy Petrillo.
This gets funnier and funnier.
I'm like, I don't understand soccer apparently. What insights are you hoping to gain from this? She's like, that's the thing. Like, there is no insight.
Exactly.
Okay, so here's this from Rick Westhead. FIFA had evidence of Canada Soccer's historical spying program soon after assistant coach Joey Lombardi was arrested by French police. Canadian Soccer provided FIFA's discipline committee with head coach Bev Priestman's emails as it considered sanctions. After a Canadian soccer analyst emailed Priestman 4 months ago to say they refused to spy on opposing teams' closed training, Priestman emailed an HR consultant in March of 2024 saying, quote, seeking your advice and input here regarding this formal email on spying. It's something the analyst has always done, and I know there's a whole operation on the men's side with regards to it. It can be the difference between winning and losing, and all top 10 teams do it. So she outs herself. She puts it in writing. And then she also outs the men's side being like, come on, they're doing it. This is like when, you watch like those true crime shows and someone gets caught and their internet search has like how to dismember a body.
Yeah. How to kill my wife on Tuesday.
Yeah.
How to kill my wife next week.
Yeah. Next Thursday at 4 p.m.
How to spy an international soccer match. Send.
Yeah. It's insane.
That's wild.
But then
Can you imagine getting arrested by the French police and they're like, no, le drone. And you're like, oh, fuck.
But then the ladies go out and win anyway and get through to the quarters.
Yeah, they're on to the medal round.
They won yesterday?
Yeah, they won yesterday.
Fuck yeah. That is so awesome.
Yeah, they said they were really well prepared.
Overly prepared. It's like they knew what the other team was doing.
Once we didn't have to rely on all those drone scouting reports and we were free to operate, we really caught fire.
Yeah, they won 1-0 yesterday over Columbia.
I saw you had the Jasper t-shirt up real quick. I just want to shout it out. Everyone who has supported it has been crazy. The outpouring of support around that. Looking forward to putting everything together. It looks like we're going to be able to put a really big donation.
You don't have to do a fold-a-thon, do you? Like,
buddy, this is the
new world.
The new world, man.
Nice. That guy.
Printful handles everything. We just have to design and market.
And also shout out to the people who just made direct cash donations as well, because there was a link up there.
And who is the real famous person?
Jillian Harris.
And what does she do?
She is like a home and garden TV type.
She got 1.4 million followers on Insta.
Through the so
yeah, she's a big deal.
How many shirts did we get
that
off?
Turn into moving.
She sold like after she posted that, within like the first 30 minutes, 600 shirts sold.
Because Maddie from marketing was like walked into the room and was like, my email just blew up. Like, what is going on with the shirts?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's amazing to see.
It was the Waz ad with the coconut.
That's actually pretty funny.
It was so good.
Well, the Waz ad is to promote the fact that it's 20% off right now, nationgear.ca. So go freshen up your wardrobe this summer by heading to nationgear.ca. 20% off site-wide, some exclusions apply, and free shipping on orders over $200. It's a good time to load up. Also, while you're there, you can get into the 7th annual Oilers Nation Golf Open.
5 teams left.
Why do we call it Golf Open?
Because it's open until it's closed.
That's right. It's closed.
Okay. There's still spots left, obviously.
5.
Only 5 spots
Only
left?
5, man.
Okay, so then you need to get in.
5 times 4? Like 5 full tee groups?
We need
5 individual golfers.
5 teams.
Yeah.
We're 1 golfer shy on the mosaic to close that out. We have 11 mosaic golfers.
Yeah.
We need 1 more.
So if you're someone who's like, I really want to play, I can't put together a foursome, you can sign up as a solo and we just put you with a group of nation citizens and you have a great time. The other option that we just launched the other day is the chance to golf with myself, Jay, and Chalmers. All the proceeds from this auction going towards Gregor's grad. It'll be you and a friend golfing with the 3 of us. We've come second place before when we've done this.
Yeah, we're shooting a video tomorrow about this. I have a friends that entered this tournament and they just bring in guns.
Yeah.
And they want to win this thing. I want us to and this is why we changed it so there's 3 of us. So we have a little bit of advantage over these guys. But let's come and join us. Let's try and win this thing.
Let's do it.
Tomorrow, the 3 of us, we're going to shoot a video. We're going to do a 3-man scramble.
It's like our tryout video.
Our tryout thing, but also to show you what we got, what you're going to get from us.
Yeah.
By bidding for this. And you're doing it, and whatever you bid goes to Gregor's grad. So it's going to a good cause. And we want to try and win this thing. So come and join us.
Giddy up. All right. Get in on that, nationgear.ca, the sale, the Jasper Tee, the golf tournament. There's a lot going on right now over at Nation Gear. Also, subscribe to our YouTube. I feel like I haven't told people to do that in a while. The link is always in the podcast description, so you can click it. I'm going to have a video coming out. Should be maybe next week. I also wrote it in an article for OilersNation.com if you're a reader. But it's, can the Oilers have a historically good offense next season? There's only been 1 team this century who's averaged more, and by this century I mean since 2000, who's averaged more than 4 goals per game in a season. So can the Oilers do it this year?
The overs.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
The guy from Turkey gets better and better.
Oh, really?
The shooting guy.
Do you have the quote from him?
About how he started shooting because he got divorced and he was mad at his wife.
And they asked another Turkish athlete about him in an interview. And they were like, we only see, like, he shows up, shoots, goes outside, smokes, comes back in, shoots, and then goes home. And like,
just
that's
like
his
Michael
training.
Phelps.
The quote is, he just shows up, shoots a near perfect round, and then asks if there's anyone near the smoking area. And then after winning silver, Youssef stood emotionless on the Olympic podium and declared, Sharon, his ex-wife, if you're watching this, I want my dog back.
No, he didn't.
That has to be satire.
No, he didn't.
If it's satire, great. If it's real, this
Source?
guy
What's
is
the website?
The Sports Memory.
I don't think that's real.
I'll take it.
Listen, I'm taking it. I don't care if it's fake. I am taking it as real.
That's so good.
A statue is going up in my office.
And there's a lady in the crowd holding a little dog smoking. Who's like, no,
You cannot have it.
no, with a bullseye on her head. No.
And the guy is just a mechanic that works at like a garage in Istanbul.
I'd be interested to know the process of like the Disney movie where he goes to the range mad the first day and shoots 47 consecutive bullseye. And the old guy at the range is like, you have what it takes.
You are the one.
And then he coaches him into the Olympics to come in silver and he's smoking.
That would be a great movie, actually.
The only thing that would have been better about that picture is if his hand was not in his pocket, but ripping a dart while he was
it looks
shooting
like
one.
he should be smoking with how just how he looks.
It'd be fucking man.
Dart in
this
his
guy's
mouth
sick.
while he's shooting.
I love it.
Last thing I had on my sheet. I know you're not caught up or watching. BM, are you watching Big
I'm
Brother?
so not.
Man, you're missing out on the best season. in
I
football.
gotta
the
get
best
caught up.
starts ever.
Okay, I'm gonna get caught up.
It's one of the
Angela
best.
is-
Whatever.
It won't ruin
It'll
anything.
entice you to get in the, what? He's plugging his ear.
Angela is an insane person.
She is without
Explain to me. I want to know.
So she's like
Should I leave the room for a second?
No, it's fine.
she's like a
It's not
55-year-old woman, probably
Does it
roughly in
really
that
need
age.
to be surprising
And-
to you, Jay, to see this old lady fuck up her life, or could you just kind of?
I don't even know what she looks like. I'd like to jump to my own conclusions initially.
She is causing more chaos through the first 10 days of Big Brother than I've seen in years.
What's happening?
Usually the old people come in and are like ho hum
Like
in the
Cliff.
background. Yeah, like Cliff, right? And everyone loves them. And they started, they were calling her mama, and then she's just insane. And
She flips immediately and just causes nothing but chaos.
she's had like there's only been 3 fights. And she has started every single one of them. Just like walks into a room and is like, you, and just like carves someone.
Awesome.
And like she carved somebody up worse than I've seen in a long time.
She carved up this like little 23-year-old and was like, your parents are watching and are like disgusted with you. And he didn't do anything. He was like, what?
he was the meme. He was like, oh,
Yeah, he was like,
it's so good.
it's nuts. Jay,
Plus
you
the
gotta
twists are also fun.
watch. Yeah, the twists are really good.
If I can't get caught up by a certain time, then we'll have at her.
You can just rip it. Like we're only
I
seconds
know
each
it's
away.
tough for me to watch TV.
Get Crawford into it.
Crawford be into
She
it.
might like the strategy behind the game.
Get it?
Maybe.
She'd know that lady's crazy.
The games, there's bright colors. Should
Yeah.
like it.
But you can't force it. I went to Despicable Me 4 with Wanye Jr. And so the first time I took him, it was sold out. I didn't know movies still sold out. So I took him to see
Inside O2.
That's the one.
Mm-hmm.
And the whole movie, he kept going, when are the Minions coming? And I'm like, yeah. Where are the Minions? I'm like, yeah. So then we finally go. 40 minutes into the movie, he wants to leave. Doesn't care.
Got enough of those yellow guys.
I'm like, we have popcorn. We have every snack under the sun. We're living La Vida Loca. And he's like, nope. So I took him outside to the theater. He ran back and forth trying to tire him out. So that's a trick I do. I go, go. And then he runs as fast as he can, gets tired, little legs. Brought him back in. Nope, I'm out. Like, you don't force kids to do shit because it's really.
No, we watch movies in like 20-minute increments.
That's like Liam.
Yeah, Liam does that. Follow him on Letterboxd, Liam.movies.
The new Minions movie is strange. It's weird. I don't know. Will Ferrell's in it.
Oh, really?
Oh,
It
nice.
doesn't really sound like they didn't let him be Will Ferrell. Like I had to look halfway through to see if it was Will Ferrell because they didn't let him do his shit. The old Despicable Me's are so hilarious.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really well done.
All right. Well, we went an hour.
Wow.
Fine.
Flew by.
Good for us.
That was a good episode.
Have we had a review? Come on, gang, leave a review.
Yeah,
Gotta
leave-
be reviews.
If you have a podcast,
check
we'll
see if
review
there's
it.
a review. Check.
Yeah, I'll check.
But also, please leave some reviews on
pinched my
Tyler's
back
decision to have
halfway
a
through this
long weekend wedding.
Are you playing injured?
A little bit. Yeah, I like went to go twist one way, and now it's kind of
See it starting.
You're the youngest man in the room.
You're approaching 30 and this is already happening
so
to you.
bad.
Oh my
Tyler.
God. When Tyler
falling
turns
apart.
30, I'm going to feel old.
Yeah, we hired you as a toddler, I think.
3.5 more years. We do have a review. This one came in on July 17th. If I had a nickel for every time I've listened to Tyler shut down a discussion about switching places with Justin Verlander to bang Kate Upton on his sports show, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but weird it's happened twice.
Good stuff.
That's a review.
That's a good review.
5 stars?
Thank you, Ian. 5 stars.
All right,
Of
Ian.
course.
Mm-hmm.
Your nickels are in the mail.
And then there's one from May who didn't like that we were talking about who Connor's going to pass the Stanley Cup to. That's on us.
Turned out that was right.
Yeah.
We were jumping the gun.
Yep.
We'll wear that one.
Yep.
All right.
For the record, I hated the whole thing.
What?
That whole discussion. Hated it. Job wasn't done.
Fix that. All right. Okay, that's a wrap on today's episode, everybody. Enjoy your weekend. We'll be back on...
Oh, yeah, long weekend.
Back next Thursday. All right.
Go Stingers.
Golf video coming next week, though, so look forward to that.
Happy Civic Holiday.